Hi guys, welcome to Couple of Spice, and today I'm going to show you how to make my one pot sambar rice. Let's go over the ingredients. I'm making sort of two different versions, so I have a little bit more vegetables than you would need for one version. I'm making a spicy version for my husband and I, and then like a mild version for my kids. Let's go over the ingredients. So today I've just cleaned up some vegetables here. I'm using long beans, eggplant, carrots, tomatoes. I also have potatoes, onion, green chilies, and we'll need curry leaves. So in terms of portions, for the spicy version, I think you can get away with like 1.5 to 1 vegetable each. Since I'm making two versions, this bunch should be enough, and 1.5 potatoes should be enough. 2 onions, just medium-sized onions should be enough. But really, there's no harm in putting extra vegetables. Honestly, it's perfectly fine, and it's okay to add different vegetables. You can add pumpkin. There's drumstick. You can add anything else that you like. But this is typically how I like to make it. This is like my standard veggies. So let's clean these vegetables up, and then we'll measure the rice. And sorry, also we need dal. So let's get going. You can cut them up kind of big because they will really cook down. So that's what we're gonna do. This is how I like to cut them. For the kids version, we'll probably cut them a bit smaller. Carrots, I've peeled them. I like to cut them sideways like that. Everything's gonna go in at the same time, so you can just put it all together. It's totally fine. Potatoes also a little big because it will cook down. I think I might just do like a half like that. And let's set these up. All right. All washed. So I'm gonna set this aside and let's measure out our rice. Okay, so for this recipe, I recommend using parboiled rice, or I think the brand I use is Good As. So I think this brings the best or the closest consistency to quail rice. You can also use, I guess, red rice. I don't like red rice, so I use this. I think the rice is important, so try using this. You also need parapu or dal. So let's measure out the rice. So like I said, I'm making two different versions. I'm just going to show you guys the spicy version, because the mild version is just basically with the sambar powder and a little bit of spice, but not too much. The same thing. I'm going to go in with 1 cup of rice, 1, 2, like 3 might be too much, but I am making it enough for tomorrow. I have an issue with measurement. Okay, I did 3 cups here, 3 cups of rice. And then for 3 cups of rice, you're gonna do about a cup, and maybe a quarter of pepper. Maybe less than a quarter. All right, so you want it to be like that. So you mix it up, and we're gonna wash this a few times until the water runs clear, and then we're gonna add our veggies, and that's it. All right, we've washed the rice. So now we're just gonna add in our veggies that we've already cut up. I've already taken out what I need for the other mild version, so just gonna add everything in here. Like I said, just 1 pot. Taking some stuff out here. A lot of potatoes here. Add the veggies, and we're just gonna add water. So my rice is about here. You want to double the water. You're gonna have to watch the water and add more as it cooks. Let's chop up our onion. I ran out of red onion, otherwise I would probably use all red here. Okay, I'm gonna add the onion over. Oh my god, it's so strong. Chilies, just lengthwise. Okay, last items, we're gonna add some oil, canola oil, because it just helps, you know, blend it in nicely. And then some turmeric. I would say about half a teaspoon, a little more than half. I'm just gonna start off with a little bit of salt. You can always add it later. And that's pretty much it. So that's how that looks like. Oh, gotta add my curry leaves as well. Don't forget. Okay, now the tomatoes. Okay, just chop up small. Okay guys, so we have everything on the stove here. We've just, didn't even turn on our stove. And we're gonna let this cook. We're gonna let this cook. Keep an eye on it, obviously, because it's gonna try to boil over. And have some hot water ready just to add, because you will need to add a little bit just to make sure the rice is fully cooked. And that's it. Let's keep an eye on it and I'll show you in a minute. Okay, while that is cooking, what I like to do is just get my other work done. So I'm gonna fry up the appalam, and this is my favorite brand. And some chilies, of course, but these chilies are from Sri Lanka. One of our relatives made it and sent it, so it tastes a lot different than the ones you would buy in the store. Okay, the oil is nice and hot. Guys, I'm so sorry about my voice. So now, first you're gonna wanna fry your appalam, not papadum, appalam. Somebody corrected me. Well, it's actually papadum in North Indian say. Never mind, I'm not even gonna get into it. Okay, let's fry the appalam first. Okay. Now that it's frying, then lower the heat, like quite a bit. So you see, when you get the brown, that means your heat is too high. So let's let it calm down a second. And you're gonna have to move really quickly. So in and out, basically. Okay. And you need the heat, otherwise it's not gonna fry, so. To do it quickly. Okay, we fried the appalam. It's all ready. Look at that. Now the trick is to turn your heat off completely and then fry your chilies so they don't burn. Again, you can go in and quickly take them out. All right, see, there's no heat. I have no heat, just the heat from the existing oil. And you're just gonna you wanna let it sit in the oil for a bit so that like the insides fry. And then you take it out. So I'm just gonna take the ones that look like they're done. Okay guys, so you see this? Now this is cooking. It's boiling perfectly. There's enough water. You can tell that this probably will be enough to cook the whole thing. You might need to add a little bit more, but just keep an eye on it. Keep it on like slightly lower heat and keep stirring. And that's it. We just watch it for about, I think it will take about 20 to 30 minutes. You guys, it's been about 20 minutes, I would say. Now it's time to add all our spices. Lower your heat, and this is the sambar powder I'm using. All right. I don't have any measurements. I'm literally gonna just put in a little bit. You can just actually just use this and it'll taste really good. I'm only adding a little bit because I want mine to taste closer to koya soda. So I'm adding, of course, our couple of spice, Tamil tul, okay? So I'm gonna start with about 3 heaping teaspoons. Might add more. And we mix. And then this also needs to cook down a little bit, the spices, so this is a good consistency you have here, and it'll also thicken once you close the lid before you eat. I'm gonna add more tul. Maybe 1 more teaspoon, and that's about it. I want this to be on the spicier side, obviously. I'm gonna add a little bit more salt. I added a little bit more in between, so you're gonna have to check for the salt. Okay guys, that is it basically. We're gonna add some fresh curry leaves, as always. And it's still on low, but it's pretty much done. It's just gonna turn it off and just close the, don't close the lid all the way, just let it like sit like that. Because you don't want to overcook it even more. So that's it. That is your sambar rice. Have it on your veggie days. You saw how easy it is to make this. Make sure you have some appalam, fried chilies, yogurt, pickle on the side, maybe a little bit of red onion. Perfect combination. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.